Hi, I'm Donna from Lost Closet 12. I am a part-time reseller on eBay, Depop, Mercari, and Poshmark. I have a Flip Friday with you and for you this week, and my highest sale was $29.06. That item had a flaw, and my lowest dollar item was a whopping $3.15. And if you want to know what those were, stay tuned because they're coming right up. I had a total of 13 sales this week, and this is for the week of February 28th through March 6th. I think I mixed up my week somehow when that one did not upload properly, and I did not notice it. That was like 2 weeks ago until well after Friday, and I was just like, it's okay. It happens. We'll move on. So, up first is an eBay sale. These are vintage baseball calendars, 1985 and 1999. Play ball sports memorabilia that sold for $11.49. That was probably on sale. When did I pick that up? I've had it for a while, so I probably didn't have it in my listing because I didn't write it down. I probably had this thing for like 2 years, and my average cost at the bins was $1.88. Women's Skechers, size 8 arch, fit, air cooled, memory foam, walking shoes, sneakers. They were a red, white, and blue pickup in January of 26. My cost was $4.06, and they sold on Poshmark for $15. Up next, this is another item I've had forever. I thought it would do better. I thought it was cool. Leopard print wallet, red and black, snap closed, White House Black Market. This was a bins pickup. I rewrote it in October of 24, so that tells you how long I've had it. I do not have my cost of goods. It was a bins pickup, so it probably cost me under $1, and it sold on eBay for $12.49. Oh, yeah, I had a Depop sale. I forgot to tell you. This is a Nature's Heritage Fox Squirrel. I guess that's the breed of the squirrel. That's what was on the back of the plate. And that sold on Depop for $14.49. This was something I picked up at a yard sale over the summer. I bought all of their plates. Their plates were $2 each. My average cost for everything that day at the yard sale was like $1.84. So it didn't make that much of a difference that I bought some cheaper things. So I just wrote down $2 because I remember he said, take them off for whatever price, and it was $2 a plate, and I'm like, I can't go wrong. So I don't like shipping plates. This is the second or third one I've sold from that yard sale. I probably won't do it again unless if I know it's a valuable plate. Well, anyway, I picked these up in May of 25, and it sold for $14.49 on Depop. This I've had forever. I was glad to see it go. It sold on Poshmark for $7. This was a Bohemian lumbar pillow with tassels and textured diamond pattern, and I put the measurements 23 by 14. It was a cool pillow. I thought it had a lot going for it, but apparently no one else did. So I let it go on Poshmark for $7. It was a bins pickup. It cost me 69 cents. And where I wrote this in January of, it was probably a rewrite. I wrote January of 25. Let me see. Yeah, 69 cents was when I used to do average cost. So it was probably a rewrite in January of 25. So I probably have had it since mid-24. I've had it a long time. This Foray Elena Duffel Gray Weekender Travel Bag Strap Multi-Compartment sold for $20. That was a pretty, I feel like I want to say it was a quick sale, but maybe not. This was a bins pickup, cost me $1.29. I wrote it in May of 25, and it sold on eBay for $20. And this is from a red, white, and blue jewelry bag, inspirational cuff bracelet, gift stainless steel, engraved bangle. Not all of the pieces that I write from these bags sell for so little, but I want to get as much money back as I can from that bag. So this was just it was a nice bracelet. It was a wearable. It was in good condition, and it sold on $9 on Poshmark. My cost was $1.20. No, my cost was $1.04. I wrote it in January of 26, and again, it came from the red, white, and blue. This is an adorable little hat. I, again, had this forever. Where are we? This was a rewrite. It's when I was putting in all my SKUs in September of 24. I've had this forever. And I think I screenshotted where you could actually see the little ladybug is why I bought it. Well, anyway, ladybug and flower pink beach summer mini moo was the brand. And at the bins, my average cost that day was $1.04. This probably cost me 25 cents. And it sold on Mercari for $7.50. This is another old listing. I was running a sale on eBay. I have this logged as a dollar day item. Dollar Day is no more, as far as I know, like across the country. And I have not went to a Dollar Day in forever. I used to source at the Dollar Day like every Sunday very faithfully. I'd just go and see what I can find. And then I discovered the Goodwill outlet. And I still go to the Goodwill and other thrift stores, but not like I do the bins. And my primary sourcing is the Goodwill outlet and the red, white, and blue. Those are the two places that I get 90% or more of my inventory. So, well, anyway, moving on. Women's medium tennis sweater, cable knit, V-neck, preppy, striped, U.S. polo. It's just a basic sweater. I thought it would do well. It cost me $1. It was rewritten in 11/24 and sold for, I probably updated that listing too, since 11/24, $12.93. This is my $3.15 sale. This was a bins pickup. I believe this was a collective from multiple bins. I think I remember sorting and putting toys together in like kind piles. My cost is probably 50 cents or less. Mattel 4-inch doll, posable set of 5 miniature loose dolls. Loose dolls only approximately 3 to 4 inches. I didn't write down my cost because I didn't put it in the listing. 50 cents or less. It was written in October of 24 and it sold on eBay for $3.15. That was my lowest sale. We're still waiting for the highest one. Talbot's size medium activewear jacket, zipped, lightweight, pockets, green, preppy, sold for $13.49 on eBay. My cost was $1.30. I wrote this in June of 25 and it sold, did I just say that? $13.49, and it was a bins pickup. I think I did that one all backwards. This is the $29.06 sale. I probably could have got more. Comps told me that it would have sold for more. This is Laura Ashley Roland Reversible Quilt Standard Sham Set, 84 by 84 double full. I don't know bedding all that well. It's not something that I know how to photograph well. It's not something I'm knowledgeable about. I know a lot of resellers talk. I think it's Ralph Lauren and Pottery Barn. I might have a few pillowcases or might have sold Pottery Barn pillowcases. I'm not sure. This has a flaw. I took measurements of the flaw and I was like, if it doesn't sell, I'll end up fixing the flaw and keeping it myself. I'm not a good seamstress. I would not do a good job mending that. So that's why I did not mend it and then list it. Now I'm thinking about it. I might have been able to have it professionally mended for a few bucks and got more money. I have to keep that in mind. Well, anyway, this was an expensive bins pickup. $7.38 by weight is what it cost me. I wrote it in April of 25, so it took almost a year for it to sell, but it sold with the flaw. And it sold for $29.06 on eBay. And if I didn't already, I'm going to put a picture of how I noted the flaw in the photos, in case if you were curious how to note a flaw. Like if it's a spot, I just take a picture of it. If it's a faint spot, I'll take my pen and put the point near the flaw. But tears, rips, where it needs to be sewn, I put a measurement. I don't know why, but that's what I do. This I've had forever. It took me forever to find it. This is a vintage Vermont teddy bear, jointed approximately 15 inches, dressed in 1997, dark brown, and 1997 again. I don't know. Sometimes I do that. This was written in 1224. $2 was my cost, and it sold for a whopping $5.40. And that is it for this week's Flip Friday. Thank you for staying to the end. If you watched to the end, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye.